Modern language models carry billions of weights, but many barely matter. Pruning removes the least useful ones to shrink and speed up the model. The catch: doing it well usually meant expensive retraining. Wanda, short for pruning by weights and activations, changes that. In this video, why big models need trimming, how naive pruning fails, what Wanda measures, its workflow and design, how it compares, the numbers, and when to use it. Start with the pain. A 7 billion parameter model is heavy to store, slow to serve, and hungry for memory. We would love to delete a big fraction of its weights and keep the quality. But which weights are safe to remove? Guess wrong and the model falls apart. And retraining a giant model after cutting it is costly, so we want a method that prunes accurately in one shot, with no expensive fine-tuning afterward. The oldest trick is magnitude pruning. Just delete the weights closest to zero. It sounds reasonable, small weights, small effect. But in large language models, a handful of input features carry enormous activation values. A small weight multiplied by a huge incoming signal can still matter a lot. Magnitude alone ignores this, so it cuts important connections and the model degrades badly. We need a smarter importance score. Here is Wanda's key idea. Instead of ranking a weight by its size alone, rank it by its size times the strength of the signal flowing into it. Concretely, the importance of each weight is its absolute value multiplied by the L2 norm of that input feature, measured on a small calibration set. A weight is only worth keeping if it is both large and fed by an active input. Simple, and no gradients needed. Let's watch the workflow. First, run a small calibration set, often just 128 samples, through the model to collect input activation norms. Second, score every weight as magnitude times activation norm. Third, in each layer, prune the lowest scoring weights, typically 50%. That's it, the pruned model is used as is. No gradient steps, no weight updates, no retraining loop at all. Now the design detail that makes it work, the comparison group. Wanda does not rank all weights in a layer together. It compares weights per output neuron, that is, row by row. Within each output's incoming weights, it keeps the top scoring half and zeros the rest. This balanced, per output sparsity preserves each neuron fairly, and the whole thing needs only one forward pass, no Hessian and no matrix inverse. How does Wanda stack up against sparse GPT, the strong prior method? Sparse GPT is accurate but heavy. It computes a Hessian and iteratively updates the remaining weights, which is slow and memory hungry. Wanda matches its quality at 50% sparsity, while doing no weight update at all, running 5 to 10 times faster on 70 billion models and using roughly half the peak memory. Simplicity at almost no accuracy cost. Here are the three approaches side by side. Magnitude pruning uses the weight value only, is instant but damages quality. Sparse GPT uses second-order information and updates weights, is the most accurate at extreme sparsity, but is slow. Wanda uses weight times activation, needs a single forward pass, no updates, and lands right next to sparse GPT in quality. It is the sweet spot of simple and effective. Now the headline numbers. On LLM 7 billion prune to 50% sparsity, magnitude pruning collapses to a wiki text perplexity of about 17. Wanda holds a perplexity of roughly 7.3, essentially matching the far more expensive sparse GPT, and close to the dense model. Half the weight's gone, quality largely intact, and it was computed in a single pass over a tiny calibration set. Where does this shine? Anywhere a smaller, faster model helps. Shrinking a model to fit tighter memory or cheaper hardware. Preparing 2 of 4 structured sparsity, so NVIDIA sparse tensor cores skip the zeros for real speedups. Rapidly testing many sparsity levels, since each pass is cheap. And compressing models you cannot afford to retrain, because Wanda never touches the weights it keeps. Encoded is refreshingly small. For each linear layer you collect the input activation norm during a calibration pass, form the score as the absolute weight times that norm, and build a mask that keeps the top fraction per output row. Multiply the weights by the mask and you are done. The open source Wanda repo from Carnegie Mellon does exactly this in a few dozen lines. When should you reach for Wanda, and when not? Reach for it when you want fast, retraining-free compression, when you are targeting 50% or 2 of 4 sparsity, or exploring many settings cheaply. Think twice at very extreme sparsity like 90%, where sparse GPT's weight updates still win, or when you can afford full retraining and want every last point of accuracy back. Match the tool to the budget. Quick recap. Big models have redundant weights, but magnitude pruning cuts the wrong ones. Wanda scores each weight as its magnitude times the norm of its input activation, prunes the lowest per output row, and needs just one forward pass, no retraining. It matches sparse GPT at 50% sparsity, far faster and lighter. Simple idea, strong result. Save this and follow for more clear AI explainers. Wanda proves that a smart importance score can beat a complicated procedure. Weight times activation, pruned in one pass, no retraining, and you keep most of the quality at half the size. Did this make LLM pruning click? Follow for plain English Gen AI breakdowns.